The Admiral Benbow Inn rests peacefully in a quiet cove, the calm sea reflecting the overcast sky. Jim Hawkins assists his mother with chores outside the inn. Inside, his father coughs weakly, a sign of the hardship within. In the dim light of the Admiral Benbow Inn, Jim's father lies still, his face pale against the linens. His mother watches over him, her face etched with worry as she cares for him. I stand back, a silent observer, as helplessness washes over me. On an icy day, Billy Bones, an old sailor marked by the sea, trudges towards the Admiral Benbow Inn, his weathered face etched with a perpetual wariness. Each step is a testament to his weariness, his gaze sweeping the horizon as if danger lurks in every shadow. With each labored breath, he remains vigilant, his eyes betraying a life lived on the edge, where trouble is always just a heartbeat away. Inside the Admiral Benbow Inn, Billy Bones throws coins onto the counter, the sound resonating through the modest space. His weathered gaze sweeps across the room, pausing on Jim, a young boy absorbed in his chores. A palpable tension fills the air as Billy Bones declares, "I need a room, and you, boy, keep a sharp lookout for a seafaring man with one leg." In the dim light, Billy Bones sits hunched at the table, a bottle of rum, his only companion. He gulps down the rum, his eyes flickering towards the window, fear etched across his face. 15 men on the dead man's chest, yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum, Billy Bones sings out, his voice strained with paranoia. The Admiral Benbow Inn stands solitary, a beacon for wayfarers along the rugged coastal road. A storm of menace arrives as Black Dog, a pirate scarred and maimed, swaggers toward the inn. Black Dog seeks out Billy Bones. Inside the Admiral Benbow Inn, Black Dog and Billy Bones face off, their confrontation a powder keg about to explode. Fists ignite the chaos, turning the inn into a battleground of overturned tables and shattered hopes. The brutal brawl ends abruptly as Bones clutches his chest, his face a mask of agony before he collapses into stillness. Sunlight floods the Admiral Benbow Inn as Dr. Livesey, a man of stern kindness, assesses Billy Bones, a seaman haunted by unseen horrors. With grave concern, Dr. Livesey warns, "You must abstain from rum, Bones. It's killing you." Billy Bones dismisses the warning with a defiant sneer. "Rum? Bah! It's not the rum I fear, Doctor. It's the black spot." Night descends on the Admiral Benbow Inn, its windows casting a warm glow into the darkness. Blind Pew, a fearsome pirate, taps his way along the road, his stick guiding him towards the inn. Unaware, young Jim exits the inn, unwittingly leading Blind Pew closer to Bones' room. In the dim, candlelit room, Blind Pew slides the ominous black spot into Billy Bones' trembling hand. Bones stares at the black spot, his eyes wide with terror. His body convulses violently, and Bones slumps backward, lifeless. Flickering candlelight illuminates the Admiral Benbow Inn as Jim and his mother struggle with Billy Bones' heavy sea chest. With a final crack, the lock breaks open, revealing a glimpse of coins. Beneath the coins, a tightly bound bundle of papers wrapped in oilcloth is found. Torches flicker, casting eerie shadows on the Admiral Benbow Inn as Pew and his pirates storm the entrance. Amidst the chaos, Jim clutches coins and papers, pulling his mother towards escape. They scramble into the night, the pirates' rampage echoing from the besieged inn. The night erupts with the thunder of revenue officers storming the road near the Admiral Benbow Inn. Pirates scatter like rats, their desperate flight a chaotic ballet of survival. Amidst the frenzy, Pew, blinded and disoriented, stumbles into the path of the officers and is trampled underfoot. His lifeless body now lies still on the dirt road. Jim presents the mysterious papers to Dr. Livesey and Squire Trelawney, setting the stage for revelation. Dr. Livesey and Squire Trelawney pore over the papers, their curiosity deepening into astonishment. The papers reveal themselves to be a treasure map, charting the location of Captain Flint's hidden hoard. Sunlight floods Squire Trelawney's manor, illuminating nautical charts spread across the mahogany table. As plans finalize for an expedition to find buried treasure, the ship Hispaniola awaits. Jim Hawkins, a young boy with wide eyes, learns of his role as cabin boy on the voyage. The Hispaniola, a magnificent sailing ship, is being prepared for its voyage at Bristol docks. Squire Trelawney, a portly man, stands on the dock, his voice booming with excitement. A magnificent ship, wouldn't you agree? The finest in Bristol. And we're off on a grand adventure. A secret mission, mind you. Treasure, I say. Treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Squire Trelawney sits at a wooden table, a tankard of ale within reach, ready to share tales. Long John Silver, a one-legged man with a parrot on his shoulder, listens intently, projecting an image of friendliness. Silver's helpful demeanor fills the tavern as he engages in conversation with the squire. The Hispaniola glides through the ocean, its sails billowing under a clear sky. Captain Smollett stands at the helm, his eyes scanning the crew with growing distrust. A shadow of suspicion crosses his face, realizing Silver's men surround him. Confined within the cramped darkness of an apple barrel, Jim remains still, the heavy scent of fermenting fruit enveloping him. He strains to catch the hushed voices nearby as Silver's voice echoes. Flint would be proud. Silver's ominous declaration fills the air. We'll take this ship and all her treasure, and those who oppose us, they'll walk the plank. I was in Flint's crew, you know. I learned from the best. Under the dim light, Jim urgently warns Captain Smollett, his voice barely above a whisper. Captain Smollett listens with a stone-cold expression, while Squire Trelawney fidgets, his anxiety filling the cramped cabin. Dr. Livesey observes Jim with a sharp analytical gaze as Jim reveals the plot. They're planning a mutiny, Captain. I overheard them. Treasure Island emerges majestically from the turquoise sea, shimmering under the tropical sun. Long John Silver watches intently as the longboat descends, his crutch echoing on the deck. Long John Silver and the heavily armed men clamber aboard the longboat, ready to set off. Jim stealthily moves onto the island, disappearing into the dense forest. From his hiding place, Jim watches as Silver confronts a defiant crew member. Silver's face hardens, and he silences the man with a brutal act of murder. Jim, panting and desperate, crashes through the dense forest undergrowth, his face etched with terror. He stumbles deeper into the island's heart, his every step fueled by dread. A gaunt figure materializes from behind a gnarled tree. Ben Gunn, a wild man with intense eyes. Sunlight floods the mouth of Ben Gunn's cave, casting long shadows and illuminating the secrets within. Ben Gunn, a figure of wild energy, stands within his cave, his eyes gleaming with fervor as he gesticulates emphatically. His voice echoes in the cavern. I sailed with Flint, I did, and I know where the treasure is buried. Under the harsh sun, loyal men stand firm within the stockade, their resolve etched deeply into their faces. Each man ensures his musket is ready, preparing for the battle that looms just beyond the trees. The jungle's sounds serve as a constant, ominous reminder of the danger that surrounds them. The stockade transforms into a battleground as pirates surge forward, the clash of steel and the roar of gunfire filling the air. Amid the chaos, men scream and swords gleam under the sun as the battle intensifies. The sandy ground around the stockade becomes a grim tableau of fallen bodies, the air thick with the pungent smell of gunpowder. The defenders of the stockade stand as unwavering silhouettes against the encroaching night. Captain Smollett, a mask of pain etched on his face, clutches his wounded arm. Blood trickles through his fingers, a stark reminder of the battle's brutal cost. Under the cloak of night, Jim stumbles along the beach, the moonlight casting ethereal glints on the damp sand. Nestled among the rocks, a small, crudely constructed boat reveals its Ben Gunn's handiwork. The makeshift vessel, a testament to survival, contrasts sharply against the vast and different sea. On board the Hispaniola at night, Jim quietly maneuvers Ben Gunn's small boat. With calculated precision, Jim severs the mooring rope, setting the Hispaniola adrift into the dark sea. The pirates' escape plan fades away as the Hispaniola drifts further into the night. Jim slips onto the Hispaniola, a phantom amidst the dark. Steel clashes echo as Jim fights with raw, desperate power. Victorious, Jim stands over a fallen pirate, the ship now his. Jim journeys back to the stockade, unknowingly walking into a trap set by Silver and his men. Suddenly, Silver and his pirates burst from their concealed positions, ambushing the unsuspecting Jim. Despite a fierce struggle, Jim is overwhelmed and captured by the cunning Silver and his ruthless crew. Sunlight pierces the stockade's wooden walls, casting dancing shadows as the doctor stands among the pirates, a silent observer. A palpable tension fills the air as he gestures towards the table, where the treasure map lies. A calculated glint in his eyes hints at the game he is about to play. The treasure map, a silent promise. The pirates, a hardened crew, push through the dense forest, their faces set with grim determination. Jim, pale and anxious, is pulled along, his eyes wide with fear as he takes in the unfamiliar wilderness. Each step brings them closer to their goal, driven by greed and the lure of untold riches. The haunted forest of Treasure Island echoes with a spectral voice weaving through the trees. The ghostly shanty of Billy Bones drifts on the wind, chilling the hearts of any pirate who dares to listen. Narration speaks. It's Ben Gunn pretending to be a ghost. The pirates arrive at the marked tree, their eyes gleaming with anticipation of the treasure. They start digging at the base of the tree, where X marks the spot. They uncover an empty hole, their faces slowly morphing from excitement to disbelief. Under the blazing tropical sun, a band of pirates gathers on Treasure Island, their weathered faces contorted with fury. Each pirate's gaze pierces Silver, promising retribution under the unforgiving sun. The air crackles with unspoken threats as the pirates' collective menace descends upon Silver. Emerging from the dense foliage, Dr. Livesey, Squire Trelawney, and Ben Gunn prepare for battle on Treasure Island. Weapons raised, they stand ready to strike. A sudden volley of fire shatters the island's tranquility. On Treasure Island, the forest floor becomes a grim tableau, scattered with bodies in pirate attire, stained with blood. Amidst the carnage, the last of the crew vanish into the dense foliage, fleeing the scene. The remnants of a once powerful crew are now just memories fading into the shadows of the trees. Sunlight bathes Treasure Island as Ben Gunn's carefully hidden gold treasure is revealed. The glinting gold treasure is loaded onto the Hispaniola. Chests gleam, reflecting the sunlight as they are prepared for transport. 3 pirates stand stranded on the beach, their figures stark against the endless ocean. A lone palm tree offers scant relief as the sun beats down on the deserted shore. Hope fades with the ship, now a mere speck, abandoning them to their fate. The Hispaniola sails away from the island, slicing through the waves. A pirate raises his musket, aiming directly at Silver. A shot rings out, the bullet speeding towards its target. Silver, burdened by a heavy sack, melts into the bustling port crowd. A fleeting glint of gold betrays the sack's contents, catching the sunlight before Silver vanishes. Silver becomes one with the mass of humanity, swallowed whole by the throng. The Hispaniola glides swiftly over the waves, propelled by a gentle breeze, carrying Jim and his companions toward the shores of England. Jim stands at the ship's railing, his gaze fixed on the approaching coastline, a mixture of hope and weariness etched upon his face. A collective sigh of relief sweeps across the deck as the crew of the Hispaniola realizes they are nearing their homeland, their long journey almost at its end. Sunlight drenches the English bank, casting a golden glow on the polished marble where inheritors gather. Documents are exchanged, each signature sealing destinies. The air is thick with unspoken emotions. Ben Gunn swiftly loses his treasure, his brief moment of wealth fading into memory. His threadbare clothes serve as a stark reminder of his return to poverty. In the vast English countryside, Ben Gunn's fleeting fortune vanishes as quickly as it appeared. In the dimly lit living room, Jim sits alone, his face etched with the weariness of his journey. Lost in thought, Jim stares blankly ahead, the weight of unspoken memories filling the air. The dim light casts long shadows, highlighting the lines of age and hardship on Jim's face. Jim writhes in his sleep, his brow glistening with sweat, lost in the throes of a nightmare. His face twists in a silent scream, haunted by visions of pirates and a foreboding island in the distance. The parrot squawks, "Pieces of 8, pieces of 8, adding to the suffocating atmosphere of salt and decay. On a serene shore in West England, Jim stands, his silhouette framed against the endless sea, his face etched with the profound marks of time and transformation. The endless sea stretches before him, each wave echoing the countless stories etched into the lines of Jim's weathered face. In the quiet cove of West England, Jim's gaze remains fixed on the sea, a silent testament to a life reshaped by untold experiences. The fire crackles, casting a warm glow on the faces of young listeners gathered around Jim. Jim, his eyes reflecting years of untold stories, prepares to share his wisdom with the eager youth. The cozy room fills with anticipation as Jim begins to speak, the scent of aged wood adding to the intimate atmosphere. As the sun dips below the horizon, the Admiral Benbow Inn stands in silhouette, a silent sentinel against the fiery sky. The sea whispers secrets of daring escapades and hidden perils, its murmur weaving through the ancient stones of the inn. In the tranquil cove of West England, the setting sun casts long shadows, painting the Admiral Benbow Inn in hues of fading gold.